Hello, everybody! Woohoo! A new episode of Confessions of a Facilitator with facilitators and their favorite tools. This is a mini Zoom dedicated to facilitators of access consciousness. And for those of you who do not know what access consciousness is this huge box full of tools and toys. We pick 1, 2, 3 out of them, and then we change our lives just like by magic. The only thing is you will have to choose for that. And today I have the pleasure, leisure, surprise, and how should I call it? Juicy interest to welcome Angéla Kovàcs. And she's a certified facilitator with access consciousness. She speaks a delicious language dear to my heart, and that's Hungarian as well. And today, Angéla, before we go into, the structure, the form, and everything that has to be in this interview, I'll just say this. We have 2 rules by which we play. The first rule, we have fun. Okay. And the second rule, when we don't have fun, we go back to rule number 1 and we have fun.
Okay.
Cool? So I'll look deep into your eyes and I'm going to ask, Angéla, who are you? And what is your favorite tool?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I love to have fun. Yeah, that's good. Who I am? That's a good question. That's a big question. Are you sure you have time for that? Can I start when I'm 4 years old and I find out something, or what would you like to know?
Well, what you know that this is the tricky question I ask all facilitators, just because I love when they go, oh, who am I? Yeah. Cool. So if in these 10 seconds, who are you for the people who are watching?
Yeah. Okay.
What is it that you would like them to know?
Yeah, my name is Angéla, and Angéla Kovàcs, and I'm from Hungary, and I really like to live here, but I really like traveling. I'm a Being You facilitator too. Maybe that's why, because I always asking who I am. And it's a really good question, and it's really connecting with my favorite tools too, because I really like to ask who can I create myself? Who can I be? What can I create if I'm not this and what my family told me, or my friends told me, or my country told me, when I'm not just a girl or woman or shy or, I don't know, red or green or everything. So who can I be? What can I create today? And not just create outside in the world. What can I create inside? Who can I be today? So this is my favorite tool.
Wow. And it's, yeah, it's funny because you said, well, am I red or am I green? And actually, or am I just a girl, or who am I today? And I would like to, I was like, I met you as the green fairy. Actually, I was astonished by how green it looks on you. It becomes even more beautiful as a color, if you want, when you wear it. And it's like this presence, very light presence, and very allowing, the space of allowance that you be when people meet you, and your smile on your face. And I'm like, yeah, I've known you like that. It is one of the definitions that we, without thinking too much about that, we are kind of defining who people are.
Yeah, exactly, sometimes. And yes, of course, we can play with the colors, and we can ask, what can I choose today, or what my body asking today, what is bring more joy, or add something, something plus for me. It's not just being me. It's being more and more and more and more, and we can play with colors or something else. But yeah, I think I'm not just green. I can be black too, or white, or dark red, you can see that too.
Yeah, and but to me it's like, how many times we would like to put people into definitions so that we know them.
Yeah.
And when you come and who can I be today, and who can I create myself as from the inside?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And you know, when somebody says something for us, you are like this and this and this. Sometimes, I don't know, I used to do that, not now, it's late. I used to do that to fight. I try to show I'm not that. I'm something else, you know. Do you know about that? Something?
Oh, no. It doesn't talk to me. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
How many times have we been actually rejecting whatever definition people would put on us, just to show that we are not that, or that they don't control us?
Yes, and we try to go in the different direction and try to show we are not that, but still we not can find ourselves or create ourselves with all the possibilities, because we are really can be anything or everything, and everything is just a choice with all the colors and all the flavors and with everything.
And nobody says that you can have only one color, only one flavor, and only
Yeah.
that this mixes with that. And
Yeah.
like you have elephants in little flowers behind you, and pears with everything is possible, and it's colorful and joyful if you allow it to be. I know what came to me, like it popped, like, if you ask somebody what would you like to create, and it happened to me and I answered that as well, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is something what I don't want. See, exactly as the reaction of you're this and this and this, and then you say, no, I'm not this, but I'm not creating myself as who I am. I'm just doing everything, I'm just showing everything that I'm not, but then who I am and what I would like to create.
Yes.
Oh.
It's opening different possibility and space. If we are asked not what we are not, who can we and what can we create, and not just with myself, in the world, what really like to be creating with your business, with your body, with your friends, relationships, or anything else.
Relationships, what is that?
Yeah, many people, I guess, if I ask what would you like to create with your relationship, they always say something normal. You know, we have to be together, we have to do this, we have to do that. And what can we create beyond that? What if relationship doesn't have to be the normal or the same, and can be different?
What if our relationship doesn't have to be normal and the same?
Yeah.
Mim? Whoa. How can, okay. Now I have to ask you something.
Okay.
You know, when we go into this question of, I'm coming to the fact when you said that you used to react to people and showing them that you're not that and not that and not that. How many of our relationships are we building up exactly to show people that we are not that they were thinking that we were?
Yeah.
And at the same time, we're actually doing exactly the normal.
Yes.
And the sameness.
Yes. Or something else that is really not reading for us. It's something looks like crazy stuff, but it's not creating us. It's not gifting us, and we cannot be that gift we are really are.
That was so, it looks like something different, but it's not creating more, and it's not gifting us.
Yeah.
Whoa, peeps watching and taking the pulse of your relationships. That would be a nice question for you. Who can I create myself as in this relationship? And breathe. Take a deep breath. And out. This is like, am I willing to ask this question? And then Angela, but wait, have you always done it like this? I mean, have you always had this question in your mind, and is it something you do? How do you use it? You use it like 10 times a day or continuously, or?
Yes, people are asking about this questioning, and it's, for me, it's really tricky. I'm not questioning like, how does it get any better? What can I create today?
You're not?
Sorry, I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not. I can write this or I can say this when I'm facilitating, but I'm not. It's not question in my mind. I guess when I'm looking you and I'm just open my eyes and looking like wondering, or I'm curious about something, that's already a question. And if somebody asking me, what is your question? I can translate the energy, but in every 10 seconds, it's not questioning in my head, or I don't know. It's something else with the question.
So it's already, but what did you say? Already only by being curious?
Yes, being
You're
curious.
already a question.
Yes, or wondering something, or just looking at, in the shop the clothes and the beautiful something, and I just look, and it's already many questions in my energy about, would you like to try me? Would you like to buy me? And it's a conversation and a communication with energies and questions and many things with that.
I never looked at it this way. Thank you for this. It was okay. I get that you have to get out of your head somehow. Sometimes really I have to put my head into it and force myself into a question. But how many times we forget that just by being curious and being, like observing stuff, we're already being in a sort of a question.
Yes. And many people ask me, Angela, I can't be in question. And I just ask, okay, did you ever see something and you just was like curious and you did? That's question. That's the energy.
That's question. That's so, wow.
And of course we can expand and
please expand.
But this is the question. This is the first step. We have acknowledging its question, and if we know it and we can say, okay, I'm in question, we can play it with more and more and more and more energies, and more question is opening up. And we can translate the people, because if I see the face and see the energies, I can, okay, he or she questioning something, what is it? And we already in communication.
This is gorgeous. You see the face of the people, and you perceive the energy, and you translate it into a question. What an amazing capacity.
And just I can do it, nobody else.
That was my second phrase. It's only Angela who can do that. She's been a facilitator for so many years. I mean, this is something true and only to her. What would it take for you to be willing, and for me to be willing to be present with that present, so that, the energies that you perceive open up your question. You say.
And if you see the children, and we are already been children, every children like that.
True.
Every children like this with the questions.
I will ask you something, because this just came in, like you said look at children, and I directly had the picture of my 3 boys in front of my head.
Yeah.
And how their ways of asking questions.
Yeah.
And actually, when they are really asking a question, when they are not buzzing like
Yes.
that what I can perceive is that energy pool. They pull in so much energy that they somehow compel me to get into their energy, and then of course they manipulate me at the end of the day, but this is another topic.
Yes.
But thank you for this awareness of, actually, when they are asking questions, they are not asking questions, they are just questions.
Yeah.
They are.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. And this is, like everyday examples of this is how it works, because I don't know, maybe not your case, my case, it's like when I started to use the Access tools, it was first in the mind. It was like, now we're asking questions. How the fuck does it get any better than that?
Yeah, I did that too. I remember.
Oh, you did. Okay, so I'm not the only one. So I'm not the only one. I'm not the one. You just took away all the significance from that.
Sorry, but I really remember that when I did that. When I started, I didn't get it. How can they be all day in question? It's so crazy. I'm tired about questioning. But it's doing. It's doing. It's not being. And they didn't say you have to do the questions. They said you have to be a question. But I have never get what it means to be. So I find out what it means be. And yes, of course, it's always more. So
thank you for this shortcut, and for really giving a sort of a visual on, okay, you have this all around you. Like babies and children. Can it be for animals as well? Do animals ask questions? Or they are? And sometimes I see my dog going to the door, like running to the door and waiting for me to come, and it's like she's asking, so what are you waiting for?
Yes, and yes, you get and back and back. That's question. Hello, come on, are you coming? What's going on? It's so many questions we can't translate.
Thank you for this. Wow. But then, so when it comes out of the head, when you're actually sinking into that question, so it's then when you're no longer doing, but you're being.
Yeah.
Is this actually the same with all the tools in Access?
What do you get?
That's one of the questions when I'm like, I have to be the question now.
You already know. You already said, and it's your awareness. You already know that. That's why you're asking that, because you find out, wow, it's with all question can be that. Wow, you already know that.
Wow. But that's another wow. So actually, when it comes out like a sort of a conclusion, is actually you had the awareness and you're looking for some sort of a confirmation of what you know, that you know.
Yeah.
Oh, if you knew how many times I judge myself for this. And I know it's not your case, peeps. It's only my case. It's for the beginners.
Yes. Yes, of course. No, we do that. I do that too. And it's okay. But if we are not judging ourselves about to judging ourselves. Okay, I judge myself. 5 minutes later, okay, what can I choose now?
Oh, wait a minute. More on this, please. More on judging yourself. And
if we are judging, the judging it's already judging. So if I judge myself, it's okay. I'm not staying in the judgment. I said, okay, maybe it's judgment, maybe it's awareness, maybe it's something else. Okay, but take a step. And what else is possible? No, what can I see in the next step? Not just staying there and, okay, it was judging, but how can I not judging what I'm judging?
This brings me to, okay, I could, somehow work with it on myself. Like, okay, I judge myself. Cool. Okay, cool. So what else? I was cute and blonde and curly. What else?
Yeah.
But then when it happens that I judge somebody, and I'm sorry, I still do that from time to time. But then I have this impression that I'm hurting that person, or that I all of a sudden feel guilty, or there's something, like, oh, it's no longer only about me. I did it to somebody else, and I.
Yeah, it's good. It's always different. It's always different. Sometimes I playing with that. Maybe it's not so good, but yeah, I don't know. When I was 20s or 25, I like to play with that, to watching the papers, and it was like, this is like this is like this, and it could be the judgment, It's just coming something, and you say in your head, this girl like that, like that, like that. And after I find out, it's okay, it's not good judging. You're hurting the people if you judging. I say you hurt, no, it's not really good. You are hurting the people if you are judging, but are you sure you are judging, or you are perceiving the judgments?
Have you seen my body? It's like when you ask, are you sure you're judging or are just perceiving judgment? And my body went,
yes. Because I find that playing with that, I go in the street and somebody in front of me, and something bring up my head like a judgment. And usually I do the same. Oh, it's judgments, I'm wrong. And I judge myself about I'm judging her or him. But in the last days, months, years, I try to get that, I don't know the word, that's judgment. And I ask, okay, if I'm not judging myself because it's here, and if I ask, it is mine, or I perceiving the judgment, she walking, or she just around us. I'm not sure it's from her, but with the universe, it's like the something going, and it's just like red, and I get, it's red.
Yeah.
And if I'm not judging myself, I'm not stuck in this judgment. I can say, okay, I'm perceiving this. She's working with this energy. How can I this just send back, not just from her, but send back from where she
got it.
Yeah, yes, and it's open up my body and my space, and I just get, okay, I can acknowledge myself. I have awareness about with the judgment by people walking around us.
Oh, and then again, how many times people are walking around with their fixed judgments about themselves.
Yeah.
And then as we started the discussion with, somebody would say, oh, you're like this. And they would fight to prove that they are not like this. And actually what they project into our world is to look exactly at that judgment and say, oh, I judged her for being that.
Yeah.
Aren't we cute? Aren't we cute? How does it get any better than that?
Yes,
how much curlier can we get?
And blonde.
And blonde. Now you're red, so
Maybe I will try to be blonde.
yeah, this is really
yeah.
So what do we, to what extent we perceive what's happening in somebody else's world, and you pick it up and you say, oh, I'm thinking this about that person. Oh, how bad of me. Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. As with every facilitator that comes into these interviews, is to me like discovering a new layer of what it can be and how it can be. And wow, thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much. You asking this question and you receiving and you showing not just yourself, for me too, because every question we are just have a conversation with different ways and different energies, so it's opening up me too. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And how did I get so lucky, actually? Köszönöm szépen.
Nagyon szívesen.
But it's not yet viszontlátásra. So, Angéla, for those of the people who are watching this and who would like to stalk you, that's my favorite expression, like obsessively look for you and search for you, and where can they find you?
Good question. They can find me in the Facebook. I have an English page too and a Hungarian page too, so they can find my English, and they can find me in the Access Consciousness website too. So,
and where is your next class, actually? Because you're having so many classes on being you, and you're like, I'm looking up to you for how much change, not like quantity, but what are the spaces that you're opening up. Even with this interview, it was like, wow, something else available over there. So I'm like kind of looking up to you. And so where is your next class? When is it? Where is it?
Thank you so much. Next being you in Hungary, Budapest. And in November, we have a 1 week adventure with playing and the 1 day being you in Gran Canaria.
Wow.
Yes. So that's with English too. So it's Hungarian and English. And and you can find in the Access Web, because sorry, I never remember what is my next class. I'm just creating. I cannot remember. I'm just going and creating.
I love that. I'm just creating. I'm not just going to remember everything I create. I just create. Hello.
Here is my one, and I can open it, and it's the old-fashioned, calendar. It's matching.
It's like the magic beings coming together and putting some sparkle into the world.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much for this. And until next time that we meet somewhere in the world, like big kisses and hugs to you and to all people watching. And until next time, all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory.
Thank you so much, Elena.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.